The time is October 2021. You know, the pandemic is still sort of going on, kind of, depends on how you look at it. And I just discovered this little video by ClownPuncher139 called Batman Arkham Boss's Tier List or something like that. I watched it, and I thought it was pretty cool. So I was like, why don't I check out the game he's talking about? This started a whole ass obsession for me, which was like playing this game, doing research on it, I was a huge fan of the Batman Arkham franchise, and I realized that the series has had so much impact on my life it's kind of crazy. Like, it's not normal that a game has, like, impact on you as a person, but for some reason this did, and I don't know what it is. So I'm going to try to, like, pinpoint what it is about the games, as I'm going to do a video series of me covering each game. Basically, if you don't know what Batman Arkham is, it is a beat-em-up sort of game in 3D. It's in third person too, and it just has story in it and challenge maps and shit like that. Main thing about the gameplay of this game that I like is the stealth missions, because Batman Arkham switches it up so much. They have bosses, they have stealth, which like every game nowadays has, but the main thing is if you've ever had to like battle someone in a game ever with like your fists and it's third person. Post 2009, it was probably based off of Batman Arkham. This combat system is so revolutionary. You press triangle when you see one of the danger indicators. You press square to punch. You press circle to whip your cape and stun the enemy. This combat system was so simple. And it only got harder through time though. Like if you played Asylum and then Night immediately after, you would be kind of confused. But we wouldn't have this amazing game without where it all started. Rocksteady Studios was founded on 13th of December 2004. Originally, they made some game called Urban Chaos Right Response, which didn't get that popular. And if you look at the gameplay, it's a game, you know. And not to say that it's like bad per se. I haven't played it personally. I bet it's a fine game, but you know, it was nothing compared to the Arkham series. In 2008, Rocksteady was tasked to make a game for the upcoming The Dark Knight movie. There was already one done by a different studio in 2005 for Batman Begins, so they were just forced to do that. However, as the movie date was coming up, the game got cancelled due to running behind schedule, which is understandable, I guess. But this gave the studio an opportunity, because they had only worked on one game before. What if we take this, and we turn it into our own thing? On August 25th, 2009, Batman Arkham Asylum was released to the public on PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, and Windows. And this game has a lot of areas to, you know, go over, so why don't we just start with the story? One night in Gotham, Batman stops the Joker in a riot he made. However, Batman suspects that it was too easy to catch him after talking with James Gordon, also known as Officer Gordon, at Arkham Asylum. Which immediately leads to the Joker turning around, putting a laser gate in front of Batman and forcing him to fight prisoners. And then Harley Quinn. I can't. I need to stay like clean, bro. However, Joker couldn't do this without the help of Frank Bowles, an officer at Arkham Asylum, who Joker, I think, paid to work for him and, you know, bribed officers, obviously illegal. And I also forgot to say that he gets killed later on, so, but yeah, it's not that far into the game, so it doesn't really matter. While Batman's tracking down Joker and Harley Quinn, he gets poisoned by Scarecrow, who is also a character in this game. Thanks to Scarecrow, he has the best sections in the game, in my opinion, because overall it's just, like, really entertaining. Like, they do these fucking carousel rides around him, and it's pretty cool, you know. He finds Commissioner Gordon dead on the ground. Only after getting rid of the toxin and, you know, getting rid of Harley, too, he finds out it was just a hallucination. After chasing them for another hour or so, Batman reunites with Officer Gordon, but not in time for them to see Bane, who the Joker infected with this virus called Titan. Now what Titan does is, if you inject it into someone randomly, they turn into this big bulky guys, like steroids, but like times 9 million. Bane was also treated by Dr. Penelope Young, which after we hit Bane with a fucking car, we find out that Penelope Young was the person who made Titan. Then he realizes that the Joker stole it from Penelope Young, and then injected Bane with it to test it. And after tracking Young down, also learns that the Joker is making a secret army of indestructible and savage superhuman monsters. After Batman destroys the Titan formula and rescues her from Victor's ass, a bomb kills her and the Joker gets away fucking again. To add insult to injury, Harley Quinn is back and frees Poison Ivy. Then he finds out that Joker also infected Poison Ivy's plant with the same Titan. So basically the entire island is just injected with steroids. Shut the fuck up, bro. God damn. Then, after Batman tracks Poison Ivy down to interrogate her on the Titan because he still can't catch up the Joker for some ungodly reason, Poison Ivy tells him to go to Killer Croc's lair, where he can get Titan spores. Let me tell you how terrifying Killer Croc's lair is. Literally, this boss battle is you have to go around the sewer finding spores, collecting them while also being chased down by Killer Croc. And that's, it's not very, relaxing. Like, it generally is up there with Chris Walker chases in Outlast. After that, Batman encounters Scarecrow again, which eventually leads to Killer Croc grabbing him from the water and dragging him in. This is very important for later, remember that. And he basically mauls Scarecrow underwater, which is what he gets after jump scaring us and teasing us about our dead parents. Which simultaneously also leads him to know the identity of Batman, aka Bruce Wayne if you didn't know. After Batman comes back to Ivy and defeats her, two after one fucking sickening boss battle, the Joker says to the loudspeaker that he's gonna host a party. You might be thinking, how many boss battles are in this game? There are quite a bit, because they're just generic Titan boss battles, except for the one in like the plant area, that one was cool. But trust me, they get way better in City and Origins. I don't know about the last one. Batman goes to Joker's party and finds Gordon tied up. And while the Joker tries to shoot Gordon with the Titan-filled dart, Batman jumps in the way like it's a fucking 90s movie, which Batman attempts to resist. I'm not making this up, he generally tries to resist drugs, and it's somewhat worse than no, why can't you resist it? And yeah, then Joker takes one too, and yeah, Joker transforms into a Titan Beast, which leads them to battle each other on a rooftop of Arkham Asylum. He ends up defeating him, of course, by gluing a bomb to his hand, and saves the day. Gordon is freed, everyone's okay, and Batman gets a call that Two-Face is robbing a bank in Arkham City. Gotham City. Yeah, that's it for the story. Me personally, I'm not the biggest fan of the story because most of my time in this game was spent walking backwards and forwards between buildings on Arkham Island and trying to find out where the hell else to go and where the Riddler trophies are. First, I need to make clear there's nothing to do after you beat Joker. Yes, you can get Riddler trophies, and there's sometimes are enemies on the island, but you can't really do all that much. The island just feels dead when you're walking on it, and it's just kind of like, this is where I spent the entire game. I tried to collect all Riddler trophies. I got like 35%, then I gave up. It's basically Riddler in every game, and he's like spreading trophies, and he's like, you have to like solve riddles and shit. Overall, you might be wondering, why do you like this game so much? Yeah, the combat system is good, the story's okay, but that's it. Yeah, well, the main thing making this game great for me is the environment. The vibes you get walking down a hallway in this game are they're so weird, yet like unsettling, yet chilling. I really like that this is a non-horror game which takes kind of a horror approach, especially with the Scarecrow sections where he does like 90 jump scares on you. And the fact that they made this game in less than a year shows how it was somehow the least rushed Arkham game, and it somehow wasn't the worst in my opinion. Matter of fact, this is my second favorite Arkham game just because of the nostalgia factor and the vibes you get from it. Every part of the game is so like iconic to me because of every building being instantly recognizable after you play the game. My favorite one being Arkham Mansion, which for some reason I have a lot of nostalgia to because of that one Predator section with all the ducks and shit. My favorite boss battle is of course Croc's lair. Like I said, it's terrifying yet really fun to do for some reason. Hot take, but I don't think the boss battles in general in this game are that bad. I understand a lot of people think they're ass because these Titan boss battles are the same shit each time, but come on, they're enjoyable at least. However, we have a lot more ahead of us in the following few games, so I just stay tuned for that. When you beat the game, you get New Game Plus, which is basically the game but like harder and no like encounters, those fucking things above their heads where you press triangle. Those aren't there anymore. I've never done New Game Plus, but I'll probably do it like one day when I feel like it. But for now, I'm taking a break from the games because it has been a tradition for me to play the games every winter, and it's been going on for 3 years. But I think I'm just going to take a break this year to have a better one next year. Like I said, the locations in this game are immaculate. Every location sets itself up to be something big, and then it actually delivers on it. Some of my favorite moments in this game include Scarecrow getting fucking mauled to death, the first Scarecrow section and the last one because both of them are equally as scary, discovering Bane, and the big electric floor boss battle, whatever that was. Another cool thing about this game is that whenever you meet a character or scan like something, you always get their description in a whole database with their character in it and such. I liked collecting those back in the day because it was just like fun. Although I still do it now, even though I'm not that passionate about it anymore because I know this game is too much dedication to 100%. Detective mode is also like an essential part of like the gameplay. You can basically see enemies and shit like that. It makes the game way easier than you think it'd be. However, when I first played through the trilogy, I found out that I kind of rushed through it because I realized, oh shit, City is the big cinematic, amazing game, and this one's just kind of like the precursor. You don't need all games to have this amazing big story. You need one game at the start of a franchise just to introduce what it's about. And I feel like that's what Arkham Asylum really did. It kept it simple with the gadgets, mainly. Yes, I forgot to mention the gadgets, boohoo. It's put to way more creative use than City, in my opinion, but I'm gonna stop bragging about how great City is because, yeah, that's kind of useless. The Batarang, always used to like stun enemies in battle, but I never really used them. The Bat Claw used to like grab enemies off of ledges is mainly what I used it for. And that's about all I have to say about Asylum, really. This game is a huge part of my childhood in general because I played it when I was about 12 to 13, and I'm still like this addicted to it till this day. The challenge maps are pretty cool, but they're nowhere near as good as Night. Arkham Knight has the best ones. Even though Night is my least favorite, and you'll find why when I eventually get to that. Yeah, that's it. Hope you liked it. Like the video if you want a part 2 for City, and yeah, see ya.
Trap snitches telling all their business. Sit in the court and be their own star witness. Do you see the perpetrator? Yeah, I'm right here.